Hi guys, welcome back to this amazing YouTube channel. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are good. So in today's video, we're going to be learning how to cut this cap. As you can see right here, don't mind the face of this dummy. Don't just mind the face. Concentrate on what we're about to learn, which is the cap. So this cap, we only have 3 steps to this cap, and it is very easy. Like I always say in my videos, it is very easy to make. And remember, this channel is basically for beginners, those that really want to learn how to sew and they want to learn it through their Android phone. If you don't have money to pay for apprentice to register or to register in any fashion home. So I'll be working with this my gym material. Yes, I used it as gown before, but I just want to recreate something special. So I have to just work with this material with what I have. It's a practical class, so now this is the jean I'll be working with. I'll just have to fold my material into four, just what you're seeing right now. Just watch and see it. I don't know, I'm always excited whenever I'm making a video on YouTube. I don't know why. So I'll just be folding my material. Just watch closely and understand clearly what I'm trying to say or what I'm explaining. So watch closely for clearer understanding. So I folded it. I'll be cutting it out just the way we cut out our peplon beds. You know, now this one is not going to have opening at that point because it's going to be the number one step to this. The circumference, the round cap, the round yori yori on it, the round something on it. So this is it. At this point, after cutting it, I was kind of, this thing is too big, or this thing is too big. I have to reduce it. So I placed it back and reduced it. So what I actually worked with was just 4 inch. Yes, I worked with 4 inch of this. I remember this cap has both fronts. Anywhere you want to use at the front. If you want the jean part as the front, you can rock it like that. If you want the Ankara part as the front, whichever way you want to rock it, you can just rock your cap. So this is what I am doing. So this is me cutting it out, and after cutting this part, I'll just go ahead and cut the Ankara part of this material. So this is it. So there's the Ankara part. I don't know how many times have I mentioned this Ankara. So this is it. I folded it the first time. The allowance there was too big. Like the material that was going to waste is too big. So I have to refold it again, because I don't want to waste my material. Can you imagine what will be going out of this? I decided to fold it again. And after doing that, it was still too much. At this point, I was tired. I don't want to waste my material, but I just have to refold it again. Yes, so at this last point, I got what I was looking for. See, with half yard of the material, you can get this cap. It doesn't consume much fabric. So with half yard, I think with half yard, you can. Not, I think. I'm sure. I'm quite sure. I'm sure. So this is it. This is the first step to getting this cap. So the second step is this. The circumference of your head, you're going to measure it. At this point, I never knew that my video was not capturing my big head. I never knew. I'm so sorry, guys. But you just have to place a tape round your head to get your exact measurements, your head circumference. Mine is 24, I think. Yes, 22, 24, thereabout. I think the highest should be 24. Yes. So if you're making this for a client, you just need to measure their head to be sure. But if you're just making it kind of ready to wear and you want to sell it, 22, 24. From 22 to 24, I think for an adult, it should be okay. So I'll just have to cut it off. I used my razor to cut, to open up the joinings I did. Like I said earlier, this is one of my jean gown. I just have to use it to recreate the style, because I'm no longer making use of the jean anymore. So I don't want it to lie there and waste for nothing. It needs to be useful. Retailers don't waste clothes. Hope you know. Okay, so let's continue what we're doing. So at this point, I measured my circumference, my head circumference, and then the length of my cap. The length, which is 4 inches, 3 inches. You can make it of 2.5, 3 inches. No, 2.5 is going to be too small. So I think the least of what you should be working with at this point, at this particular circumference, should be 3.5, which is what I did. At first, I measured 4.5 inches, but it was kind of too long, too lengthy after sewing, so I reduced it when I was sewing it. You get to see it while watching this video. So I just have to cut this part and as well cut out the Ankara part of this cap. Yeah. And then I'll cut out this unwanted parts. I don't want it in my cup, so I'm cutting it out. Yeah. I just want to make sure this cutting is straight. That's why I keep cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting till I get what I want. What I want. So this is the second part, right? Yes, we are the second part. I would have been placing number 1, number 2, number 3. So this is the second part. I placed on my head circumference to know if I am really, getting my exact measurements. Make a no conditional rubbish, because here is not for rubbish tutoring. So I'm done cutting out the Ankara. As you can see, I'm walking up and down, have to pause, play back, do. We got in there. So this is for my Ankara and this for my jean. So we will now go over to our third part. At this part, at this point, my body is with me. I just can't wait to get the finished work. So I wanted to I wanted to see the progress so far. So at this point, we'll be cutting the flare part. I never knew I wasn't filming, recording when I cut out the jean part. So I just had to use the Ankara to cut out this flare part. So just watch closely to see what I am doing. You remember that your head circumference we measured, right? This is where we're going to be needing it again in this third part, in this final stage. This material, as you can see, is folded into 4. And you know how we cut our peplon now, right? So at this point, the first one, you remember, it doesn't have any opening at this point. But this one now is going to have an opening. So that's your head circumference. You're going to divide it into 4. Do you understand? Your head circumference now, you go divide them into 4 to get your head circumference, the big. If your head is big, you get the big. If your head is small, you get the small. Anyhow, you just have to get it here, and then you measure your length, your desired measurement for the length. So this is my head circumference. I've already cut out the jean part. I never knew it wasn't on record, so I had to do it here. So I divided it into 4. That's what I am showing you guys to just watch and see. And then I wanted to cut. I now remember, hey, I never showed these people the full length though. So I had to show you guys the full length, which was 5 inches. At the end of all these things, I reduced that full length because after sewing it was kind of too long for me. So I think I reduced it to 4 inches. Yeah, so that after sewing, taking half inch for the up part and down part, it will give me 3 inches. I don't want something too long, you understand? So this is it. This is it. I don't know if this my anyways, you're seeing the video. So this is it. Can you see the oyele? The opening. Can you see the opening? It looks small, right? It is your head circumference. It's not small. It's not small. It's video that is making it small, but this is the exact something you'll be working with. And even while sewing it for making it for yourself, it might look too small. Don't go and open it though, so that you won't have excess opening and start having bolo. It won't be neat while sewing it. So just leave it that way. Leave it that way. After sewing, it feel it's too small. You just have to recut it. Have a neat work, sha. So this is it. But it just is sweet me. I just have been arranging it up and down. So this is it. This is the sewing part now. It's very easy. I'll just have to close this part. If your measurement is 24, just add half an inch for the sewing. Yes, I forgot. If you get your round circumference, the round of your head, While cutting, you add have an inch sewing allowance to it. So this is what I'll be doing right now to cover up the uppermost top of my head. And this is it. I had to reduce this circumference at this point because I think it was too big. See what I had to remove. I had to cut out this excess part. I have to cut it out. Watch closely. I have to cut it out. So this is it. As you can see, it's now smaller. So I'll be facing it right side to sew. Right side to right side. Just the way you see me doing it. That is how you will do it. Do it the way you see your tutor doing it. Like that. And you're going to get it. So this is it. This is it. I'll just have to flip it over for you to see what we have done. Remember, whatever I'm doing here, whatever I did here is what I'll do at that Ankara part also. I'll just do the same thing I did at this jean to that Ankara part. So this is it. This is very simple. Like, so I'll just open it up like this and attach my flay to it. Just like this. Again, right side, facing right side. So I'll place it like this and sew it round the circumference. I'll just sew it round that place. I'll sew it by half an inch. So this is it. Like I said, the thing I did here, these things I just did, I'll do it on that Ankara fabric as well. I think I reduced this part, this flare, because it was kind of too long for me. So like I said earlier, the flare depends on your preference. If you want it longer, fine. If you want it shorter, it depends on how you want it. So this is the Ankara part as well. I've also sewn it, did what I did to the jean part on this part. So what I'll be doing next is to join it together. I'll just have to place it right side facing right side to sew it up. Then I'll leave an opening where I'll use to turn it to bring it out. So I'll just have to place it like, as you can see, the right side is facing the right side of this Ankara is facing the right side of the jean. So this is my opening. It's very small and it was kind of a little bit difficult to bring out, but it will definitely come out. I don't want something too big. That is the opening. So I had to do it that small and stitched it so it won't start tearing in the process of bringing it out. So this is it after flipping it over to the right side. So the next thing I'll do is just to iron it, give it a proper ironing, and this is how it looks on me. So to me, it didn't really come down like because of the style I made, my hair I made, so but it was really looking nice and very easy to make. I can wear this to the market anywhere when I'm not on any hairstyle at all. If I want to cover up my hair, I can just wear it to the market or to any occasion of my choice. Depends on what I'm putting on. So this is it. I hope